We are back with Sultan's game by Double Cross and 2P Games, and it is my pleasure to continue on with what we were doing. So last time on the game, we started it for the third time. First time, we managed to escape the game. Second time, execution. Very short. Third time, let's hope it's the charm, because, whoo boy. We have 2 days to deal with this bloodshed card, and many things to juggle. Many things to juggle. Alright. Well, the Sultan is back. He's got some people, in court. None of them will slander us, though we do have 2 pieces of slander here. None of them will support us, either. So we have to send somebody to court. We know who's managing our estate. She's our gal. She's our beautiful, perfect gal. But maybe we don't send Lady Becky today? I don't know. Well, we've got things to do. What we need to do is this. Murtaz is a bronze card. We're gonna use a stone bloodshed on him. Because this is the only way we can really deal with this card. It was the only path we had open unless we wanted to sacrifice somebody in our retinue, and I was not willing. So, here we go. Sacrifice time. We also have some people in the prison that we've talked to, and their quests are imminent. So we might as well get them done. Well, Lady Becky can go to court today. He is one of the best things you can ever do in the game. Oops, wrong person. One of the best. Alright. We do have the Raiders' hideout that we have to pay attention to, but we're hoping for a conquest card. Pack of Vicious Dogs will come back around. As will the Vagrant House won't expire. Neither will these other 2 things. Private meeting we do have to go to, but we have to decide if we want to just kill the man because he's annoying. If we want to turn him into our rival, or if we just genuinely want to talk to this man's. Find out what his deal is. Our perfect, lovely wife is going to the bathhouse, because that's what she do. We'll send... Ooh, Zaki is here. We'll send Zafir here for a book. Absolutely. That leaves a couple of people. This is wisdom. Wisdom is good. Let's see here. Stealth, sociability, survival, stealth and combat, wisdom. I think we're just gonna do wisdom. So that will give our girl all the wisdom. Oh man, she's gonna have such a high wisdom. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Which just leaves Aziz. Project investment we'll have to do. We need 5 gold coins. We don't have it right now, but we also have Lumera getting more wisdom to make this even better. So we'll have to do that next time. Vanity is still a problem. I mean, I could have used a stone bloodshed card, but that is a waste for a silver. It's kind of a waste on a bronze, but Murtaz is kind of pathetic, so we now have Snake Valley, actually. Aziz could do Snake Valley literally by himself. Let's see, nope. That's survival and magic. Survival and stealth. Wisdom and sociability. Kind of need some more wisdom here. But going high survival would not be bad. Raptor Squeak, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm drinking coffee right now, but I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sufficient knowledge, strong physique, and enough wisdom knowledge might bring you unexpected surprises. Okay. So actually going high wisdom here, if we can find it, is for the best. That's as good as we can get it unless we send somebody else, and we don't have anyone else to send, so... Snake Valley. Alright, that should be all of our peoples. This would not help in the wisdom department. If you're wondering why the music is so intense, it's just because we're so close to execution day. That's all. No other reason. Welcome back, Raptor. Welcome in. I'm so glad that you're back. Thank you for the hydrate. I enjoyed my coffee. You finally got back home after graduation and you spent a week and a half with your brother? That's fantastic. I mean, yes, Mick exhausties, absolutely. But like, I'm glad that you were able to spend some quality time with family. And congratulations on your graduation, my friend. I hope you have been doing well. Exciting times, but let's end the day and see what happens next. What does our dear wife roll up in the bathhouse? Silver something. Silver opportunity, very nice. To the estate, where in all takes care of our household. Does she make us the good money today? She sure does. Heck yeah. Oh, something noteworthy happened. Time to settle back into routine, or whatever amounts to routine after graduating. You don't have classes anymore, you don't have tests. Now it's the hard part of finding a job. If you don't already have one lined up, that is. If you do, congratulations. If you don't, good luck. Actually, either way, good luck. You're gonna need it. This morning, Maggie is troubled. She said she had a nightmare where she was on a small boat with a dog, a rope, and a flute. The boat was drifting on the sea and she felt increasingly afraid, but didn't know how to use these 3 items. She seeks your comfort. How do you explain the dream? Is it a lucky dream? An ominous dream? Is it a self-reflection dream? Or is our wife, our dear, lovely, perfect goddess of a wife, Maggie, just confused? What do we think, chat? Let me know. Weigh in. I would love to hear from you. Especially those of you who have been gone for a while. Because here is our dear, lovely wife, this silver card goddess, and, oh man, that's quite the dream. It's gonna be a struggle. Gonna get part-time at least while I search. Yeah. Now you have to find some way to convince people that you're, that the degree that you just acquired at school is useful, or makes you useful. But, you know, supposedly having one makes the job hunt easier. Supposedly. That's the entire justification of us seeking out higher education, is essentially the hope that getting the job and getting paid more at the job is the thing that will happen. Can't say that that's true anymore, but it was once. I feel like I have a route. Using a BBA in management to justify learning how to better support managers as an analyst. You know, that's a good take. You have the management training to know exactly what they need, so all the better to support them as an analyst. I hope that it works out for you, Raptor. I really, really do. I hope you get your dream job, and I hope it pays you well. Or, worst case scenario, you go start your own consultant company. But Trav says this is an ominous dream. Does the rest of chat agree? I think we did a lucky dream last time. Turned out pretty good for her and us. But she was afraid. So, let me know what you think, chat. You know, Raptor, I'm no leader either, and here I am running my own Twitch channel. Sometimes you just end up doing what must be done. And you have to remember that middle management isn't leading. Middle management is interpreting what the higher management wants and telling the people that they're in charge of to do that. You're not actually in charge. You just are the filter so that they don't have to hear the whining or do the paperwork when people are upset about what impossible thing upper management has decided is the thing that needs to be doing right now. I'm not bitter from having worked in corporate before. No, not at all. Not at all. This is an ominous dream, I think. Ooh. You look into your wife's beautiful eyes and tell her it might be an omen. The dog represents a barking troublemaker. The rope symbolizes a noose, and the flute is the jester's favorite, pleasing the monarch. These three things combined will bring storms, destroying the small boat. Hearing your words, she clings tightly to your arm and asks what to do. You try to comfort her, telling her you will be extremely careful to prevent this dream from coming true. You both snuggle together for a long time, finding some sense of security with each other's warmth, until she stops trembling. Passion mark on our wife. Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Alright, we made money. We have to go to court, but we got inside information just for our cat showing up. And having more support than opposition. But, of course, court always wearies the Sultan. Lady Becky, of course, just gets rewarded for doing something herself. People throw money at our cat because she showed up. Well, he. Lady Becky is the title that this male kitten has. No one thought there was anything wrong with Lady Becky's appearance. The Lady Becky showed up in court, that's fine. Doesn't matter that Lady Becky is owned by some noble who comes to court on a regular basis. Lady Becky came to court. Obviously that noble is blessed. Obviously. I love this cat. Oh my god, it's the best fate buy you can get. The cat is so powerful. Well, that's interesting. If Maggie gains resentment, then you can methinks that and make her happier again by giving her a silver accessory. If so, she gains +1 charisma and a new portrait. Yep. So, do we want to make her unhappy in even the slightest of ways, knowing she can come out the better for it? Absolutely no. Do I ever want to make this woman mad at me? No. She's a goddess. You decide to kill this pathetic person and end the despair and pain he dares not end. You kill Murtaz and offer his death in exchange for breaking a single bloodshed card, but rumors spread like rot in the dark. Some say the wicked totems were your doing, that you orchestrated this to seize what little wealth Murtaz had left. I mean, we did get his money, but we also got infamy, so... I'm sorry, but if I inadvertently upset my wife, and make her unhappy and resentful, I will scramble over backwards. I would rather face execution than make Maggie upset in this game because, oh my god. Are you kidding me? The Vizier is very pleased with the outcome. He examined the pale head, sneering at the pitiful hatred that it would never act upon. How could anyone dare to attract the Sultan's attention with such means? How shameless. You listened to Abdul's muttering, and the hidden emotion in his slightly squinting eyes sent a chill down your spine. But we did gain influence for our infamy. Ooh. At the bookstore, we buy a book. Hunter's Tales. Very nice. Can we influence Zaki at all? Nope. Absolutely not. Zephyr is the worst at this. Our girl learned more wisdom. The full title of Loquacious 100 is Logical Overview of 100 Questions Underpinning Abstract Concepts and Intellectual and Ontological Understanding of Scholarship. If I read that too fast for you, I'm sorry. But over on YouTube, you can pause it, you can slow it down, you can even speed it up so I sound ridiculous. Any way you want to listen to it. On the VODs, on YouTube. A synopsis is presumed to be redundant. I should think so. One of my favorite characters in all of Watch Play D&D is Loquacious Sealy. A character who was played in a short campaign. It was that Critical Role did. Loquacious Sealy was the most magnificent character you've ever seen, and at least two of the orations that character does as a changeling bard, Sam Riegel, the player, made up on the fly and quite literally brought tears to people's eyes. I go back and I watch Calamity, the series that character was in, on like every 6 months, just because of Loquacious Sealy. So every time I see this book, I'm reminded of him and the fact that this man brought me to tears because he's a fucking genius. And there's a reason why they make him write the ad bits. Even though half of them are ridiculous, but like when he connects with a character, I mean, Scanlan Shorthalt and his moment of you don't know my mother's name, that whole bit. Or I mean, like, I could go character by character with Sam Riegel and point out some of the best on the fly like speeches that every single one of his characters, including Fresh Cut Grass, has done. And Fresh Cut Grass is a ridiculous character, but holy shnikes, the man is a genius. Anyway, it's a good thing that his health has recovered. Oh, I know, FCG, she's Louise. And you just want to go, Sam Riegel, how dare you? Like, you expect it from Liam O'Brien. You expect it from Liam O'Brien, but Sam Riegel gets you all out of the blue all the time because he plays the silly character and then he, like, literally punches you in the heartstrings out of nowhere. Anyway, there we go. Look, there's my Loquacious Sealy reference. New card, who dis? Magician, don't fuck me. Give me something to deal with that stupid woman. This is not dealing with the stupid woman. I could draw another one. I don't want to do that. All right, so we're not very far into this run. We've only survived 13 days. We've gotten 2 stone cards out of the way. Now we have a silver card, a conquest. We do have a way of dealing with it. But we do not have a way of dealing with vanity, which is the problem. Such a freaking problem. All right. Well, we know how to deal with this. I don't think we're going to need more than 18. I don't have an extravagance card to do this with, which would have been lovely, but that's okay. I don't need an extravagance card this time. I could throw something down for this if I wanted to. But I'm not going to put any more than 5 gold coins in because I'm not using extravagance. I would need to invest higher to break an extravagance card, so I'm just going to let that do. Yes, I could have let project investment, you know, finish out without doing anything about it, but I want to further getting Mahir into my hand. Our estate, yes. Who's at? Ferris is here, so we need someone with support, period. We don't have access to... I believe he's also the dog owner, the dog race owner. Luna's owner. Anyway, Dark Alley has a couple more days. Snake Valley will do tomorrow. We could do a prison thing. We don't have enough money for this guy though, so actually we cannot do a prison thing. Our wife should just go immediately to the bathhouse. I don't know why I'm pretending like that's not her job. Who's in the bookstore? Emaine? Okay. We do need to do the Raiders hideout. We could do it immediately, actually. Is there anything that absolutely needs to be done today? Vanity needs to be done by tomorrow. I need to do something about her, which means I need to deal with this conquest card today. Okay, Raiders hideout it is. Easy.
What?
I can have up to 3 people on this. I could just equip Lady Becky, but I would like to send Lady Becky to court for me, so actually we'll just do that.
What?
And then what do we want higher? It is the question. What can Sam Regal? What is this? Oh, it's strength. So combat is the only thing that we can raise. Nope, none of that is combat. It's not combat either. So we have intuition or tactics down here. Tactics. All right, that's good enough. For this, it's good enough because Fatuna's stats actually do. And because we're using a conquest card, we are justifying our intervention, so nobody is going to get mad at us for it. It's just, we're doing a Sultan card thing, it's fine. So that is everybody that we can send places. We don't get any books today. Lumera is out for a few days anyway, so it don't matter. Jalila was in the House of Delights, which is fine. Brass knuckles? No, thank you. Okay. So lots of things are gonna resolve, and then hopefully we get something to deal with this bitch. Otherwise, you're gonna see how problematic she becomes. I don't like her. I don't like her. Would love to get rid of this point of infamy, though. Well, here we go. Following Fatuna's directions, you come to a noble winery. A winery that looks very peaceful. Is this the attacker's lair? Perhaps. You look at Fatuna. This is clearly a property dispute between nobles, but in the Sultan's game, you can do whatever you want. We must, get 3 successes to survive the crisis as we attacked the estate. Attack, attack, attack! Whatcha? I don't know, you guys. Do you think I need to reroll? Yeah, I don't think so. The guards here clearly lack proper training. It's an easy fight. Fatuna stands beside the corpse of the guards as if she was enduring something, but also like she has let go of something. Eventually, she just shakes her head and smiles faintly. Thank you, she says, and hands you a large sum of money, as promised. Fatuna is grateful for your help. You now have her support. We got charisma out of that, which is awesome. And we also got her support, which is also awesome. So when she is in the court, it is to our benefit. The Sultan's game is not all bad. The next day, you recount your deeds to the Sultan and ask to break a card. The nobles breathe quiet sighs of relief, thankful it is not their lands that have been chosen, not their fortunes bound to your game. We get a silver vacant mansion to do with as we please, and also a silver conquest card, breaks, and 2 influence. That's huge. That's a huge amount of influence. And a crown becomes a collar. And we made money, so that's always good. Someone told you about the sandy valley outside the city where many snakes roam. The black market is buying their venom glands at a high price, but it's not easy to obtain them. First, you need to survive the onslaught of snake fangs. Ah, that vanity woman causes you trouble. She's basically an entire alternate game path. Yep. She's a problem. We need 1 success to hunt the snakes. Oh no. 6 successes. Whatever will I do? In the desolate valley, you hear the hiss of snake tongues approaching. Familiar with the snake habits, and experienced enough, you swiftly press the snake's head, pin its neck, and quickly stuff it into a prepared sack. Live snakes fetch a better price. You seem to hear the sounds of coins falling into your purse. More money, and our own vial of snake venom for the trouble, and more survival on Aziz. He's becoming a survival master. Ah, but as you leave the valley, you notice a clump of low shrubbery. If we get 2 successes, we find healing herbs, which is one of the most powerful things in the game. Four successes out of 2. I don't know, do I need to reroll? Nah. Attracted by its feather-like small leaves and crumpled yellow flowers, you suddenly remember a healing herb you saw in the herbal collection. Its juice is said to even neutralize viper poison. You carefully collect some for future use. An unexpected surprise indeed. Ah, the bathhouse. What information does our lovely wife get for us today? Silver opportunity. Beautiful. People still come to our house. Will it all make the monies? Oh, she makes some monies. Not bad. We made lots of money today, actually. And a noteworthy event. A person suddenly approaches you, showing you a bundle of old items, claiming they are treasures passed down from your ancestors, and asking you to buy them back. You inspect them. Some are good, some are clearly fake, but some seem worth appreciating. Do we say we'll take the lot? Do we say we only want the best? Do you say, you thief? Or, nah, not interested. Couldn't be bothered. We want the lot? Sure. Let's get those underworld contacts, shall we? You boldly took out a large sum of money and told him you wanted it all. Frequent appearances of court are necessary. We don't get the information just because support and opposition were evenly matched, and therefore we don't get an extra buff for having more support than opposition. But that's okay. That's countering out the opposition is the important part. The Sultan is more fatigued, but Lady Becky, gold coins. Every time. This is how you steal money from court. It's you send the cat. Oh god, it's never boring. It's always the best. This cat, man, I love her so. A woman who claimed to be a cartographer comes to visit you, hoping to meet you and gain your support. I believe this is the second time she's shown up. Maybe not. Let's run away, says your wife. If we continue doing these horrible things, we will all not be ourselves anymore. This is also a possibility you ponder. Do we accept our wife's plea to leave, or do we reject her and break her heart? What do you guys think? Let me know. Yes, the cat is literally responsible for our ridiculous amount of funds this run. Lady Becky, he is the best thing you could ever invest your fate points into. He is one of the most powerful cards in the game. But, do we add the escape route to our map, or do we reject our wife? Alright. We will accept. You planned late at night, listing all possibilities and the necessary conditions to escape the Sultan's rule. Although none of these conditions are currently met, such planning has given you hope. We are preparing to escape from the Sultan's game. Or at least, we've put the option on the table. Maggie wants to tell you something. But a new card. Okay. Silver Carnality or Silver Bloodshed, please. I don't usually request a Bloodshed card. Silver Extravagance. Okay. That can work. Okay. So we have an ending on the game. Well, first we're going to find out what our wife would like to talk to us about, because she's the best, most wonderful thing. My love, my steadfast ally. Ooh, free stuff. As your influence increased, a relative sent spears and a famed horse. A few envoys from Maggie's family have just left the estate when she finds you. My parents sent envoys to ask about the Sultan's game and check on my well-being. I assured them I'm fine and told them to have faith in my husband. She says, her eyes sparkling with pride. Oh, and father sent you some gifts. You'll find them quite useful. I will indeed, my love. I will indeed. This is a pretty decent, weapon. And now Aziz is badass. He is the muscle, the bodyguard. That's all I need him to be. Jasmine is the better horse, obviously. The only person who can equip her is, unfortunately, Aziz, but he is rocking the crocodile. The crocodile can become a treasure with that can eat evidence against you. So when we get evidence, we might want to convert that. But for now, Aziz has the crocodile, so. I would equip this horse to my wife, like, immediately if I could. Or myself, for that matter. It would be worth it. Who's at court? Lazeg? Cool. He's, not a problem. You know? My dear wife. We do have the vacant mansion. I actually want the vacant mansion to end up being something else. What does this do? Okay, it just says you can equip it. Cool. Okay, so that's that. This is a one-person thing that requires physique and survival. Yeah, no. Aziz, go find it out. Let's give you some more survival. Boop. Done. This will make it easy. This is the first level, I guess, of Unknown Oasis, actually. Bookstore. Zephyr. Samir, the court physician. Let's see if you can't do something more useful. Okay. No, I have to go deal with this bitch. I can only do carnality or bloodshed. Ah, she becomes problems. Okay. Do I exchange extravagance for the hope for carnality or bloodshed? If I don't get either of them, if I don't get either carnality or bloodshed, she becomes a problem. She just becomes a problem. Like, worse than Nawful, a problem. Not joking. She feels snubbed and it becomes your problem. If I don't get a carnality or a bloodshed under gold, I could draw another card, but then we end up with a ton of cards and maybe not enough things to use them on. It's not super problem. I could just draw another card and see if I get the right one. Extravagance we can do. Not worried about extravagance. But I could change extravagance and hope, or I could draw another card and hope. But if we draw too many Sultan cards and we can't resolve all of them in timely manner, we're fluxed. So I can't. She has one day left before she storms off in a huff and becomes a problem. Because you can still exchange if that's bad. Okay, that's reasonable. Give me another card. Give me what I want. Bronze Conquest? I mean, I can do Bronze Conquest here. I can also do Extravagance here. Not the silver one, but a Extravagance card here. Bronze Conquest, I have things for. I can also do Bronze Conquest here, honestly. So, Bronze Conquest, not a problem. Okay, we'll try again. Give me a card I want. Gold Conquest is getting immediately exchanged. Fuck Gold Conquest. gold extravagance I can do. Gold extravagance is just gonna go to the house. Silver extravagance becomes slightly harder, but is still doable. Bronze conquest, not a problem. Okay. Can I have silver carnality now, please? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna kill her. Death. We've seen this one before, but I hate her, so this is fine. This is fine. God, she's such a bitch. If you want to see how absolutely horrific Nayla is and not use a bloodshed card on her, please buy this game. Just go buy the game. If you have Cultist Simulator, you can get it for a little bit less than it's currently running at full price. Please just go support this game and find out what a problem she is on your own, because I'm not willing to deal with her. Clearly, I will draw multiple Sultan's cards to get out of dealing with this bitch. She can go the fuck away. I just have to, like, throw the gold extravagance in methinks to upgrade my house, right? As long as I've not done it before. That's how that works, right? Let's find out. Perhaps using this opportunity to renovate the house would resolve the extravagance card. Yep. Yes, it would. What do I need? Money and the card. Okay. I don't have the money, so... I used a money here, but that would only get me 18. Yeah, that one's already far past gone. I didn't use any money here. Yeah. Bronze or lower. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of days before that one is a problem, so... Okay, well, we'll just have to make money for this extravagance, and then we'll do major we'll have to methinks major construction back into being again. It's fine. Yeah. Cool. Let us end the day. It's a good day. Let's just say that once she's gotten her prestige boost from the carnality card, she has a little list of people she considers inconvenient to her life, and then she uses you like you are her own personal assassin. Yeah, that's only if you play carnality with her. If you let the event Vanity Vanity time out and she has a shit fit because you never got back to her, it gets worse. She is a problem whether you participate in her or not. So killing her gives me immense satisfaction every time. Nayla's vanity is renowned as her charm. She sends you a message suggesting you use a Sultan card on her. This way, she can return to being the center of palace gossip, and you, in the process, may gain immense pleasure. When you pull out the shiny Sultan card, she excitedly grabs it, admiring the magical flowing patterns. But why is there a picture of a woman taking her own life? She asks while undressing and revealing her body, adorned with gold threads and embroidery. Because love breeds life and death takes them. Ultimately, they are but two sides of the same coin, you explain, caressing her breasts before the crimson nectar of her life splurged from her chest, splattering on the knife's handle as you removed it from her. Bitch, you don't get to use me. That is for the Sultan's pleasure only. Thanks very much. Of course it would include our wife. Of course it would. She's jealous of her perfection. Our wife is perfect, you guys. That bitch had it coming. In the confine of the dark alley, you track down the person mentioned by the prisoner and explain your intention to him. He thinks for a moment before eventually comprehending. Aha, so that's the case. You require the evidence for Jawad's case, right? But it's not free and no credit. You have to pay up front. He named a price, 5 gold coins, no more, no less. Although it was frustrating, you still helped by paying this money in advance. When you meet again, he hands you a wrapped scroll. Take it to that poor fool. Strange ink even stains his fingers. Looking forward to our next cooperation. You don't want to have anything more to do with these people. Ah, the bathhouse. What do we get today? The good stuff. Yes, silver omen. The estate. Do we make good money today? We do. We make absolutely good money today. Thank you, Inano. Yes. And something noteworthy. A poet kept by a nearby clan has been writing satirical poems about you lately, annoying and persistent like a fly. Do we engage in verbal sparring with the poet? Do we duel him to the death? Do we praise him highly? Because his satirical poems are actually, you know, clever. Or do we seek the Sultan's help in this matter because we can't handle one satirical poet? What do we think, chat? I think we should praise him. It's funny. Also turned out well. I mean, nobody ever expects that you're going to have a good humor about being satirized. But like when you prove that you don't care or that you find it to be amusing, you give them less power. Verbal sparring? The verbal sparring might actually amuse the Sultan in court. If nothing else. I don't want to duel him to the death. That seems like I don't have a bloodshed card for that, so I don't care. Okay, verbal sparring it is. We're gonna do some variety. Aw, that lost us influence. You are furious and curse the poet frantically. Your frantic state leaves a deep impression on people, and the poet quickly writes a humorous satirical poem to retaliate. Your name is accompanied by laughter for a long time. Oops. Well, that didn't go in our favor, but it's okay. Somebody went to the palace, and we got inside information. The Sultan wearies. But Lady Becky gives us more gold, just for showing up. Ah, the bookstore. We bought the good book. Excellent. Can we influence? Can we influence somebody? They discussed some topics from the book, and you gained real-world information from it. That's what I wanted. The information is valuable. I was hoping to influence, but I think you have to have the noble tag to do it. When you were once again caressing the cold card at night, Maggie quietly lit a lamp and approached from behind, massaging your aching temple. Go to bed early, dear. She gently kissed your hand and helped you put the card down, and softly said, perhaps we can consult the priests tomorrow. They might have a solution to expel the magic from this card. Maggie is a devotee of the Immaculate Purity. The city's largest temple venerates this ancient and powerful deity. But to get the god, to get such an existence to notice the game? Your heart was slightly moved, perhaps he could truly help you, but you always feel that this may bring unexpected trouble. All right, my love, let's go together. You're tired of being pushed around by such cruel game rules. You don't want to betray their conscience repeatedly for another 7 days. You grasped Maggie's soft hand and nodded. All right. You stood up, embracing your wife. If the priest can help you end this cruel game, It would be great. Nope, we didn't have the skill to keep up. Ah, hello. Zeki has come to our door. Does he want something? He absolutely does. He's a good kid, though. Alright, the boys' request. Okay. Private meeting we still need to go to. That requires us to be in person. Explore the unknown oasis is on its way. We have the coins for this now. So let us update our place. Anal, you're in charge here, my gal. This means we don't have enough coins for this, but we still have another day to do it, to get more money in. So Jabal is here. It's just Lady Becky for the win. It's just so love that cat. So it's just the best. There's this. I don't necessarily want to get stabbed in the back, so I'm not gonna go to the prison with the evidence yet. Still has a couple of days. Emir is here. Okay. This has not refreshed yet. Juna is in the House of Delights. This resolves immediately. Zaki, Fatuna's only son, comes bearing thanks for saving his mother, and a personal request. He comes to you in the hope that he can fight like you did, and protect his mother like you did. He asks for your tutelage. You are amused. You agree. He loses all opposition, and he gains a point of support, and becomes our follower. So we have an extra person to deal with, or to help deal with things. Martial arts instruction is physical. Instigation of a crime is stealth. Hunting practice is combat, I believe. When it comes to physical and combat, Aziz can teach him those things. When it comes to stealth, Zephyr can teach him those things. Physical is the only stat that you can't use an intelligence for, so actually it's probably the better stat to give him. Having an actual raw physical stat is for the best. Unless I have martial arts instruction wrong and this is combat. But I think it's physical. Because you can always gain combat through item, equipment, and intelligence. So try hunting practice. I don't remember if martial arts instruction is combat or physical. Can you look it up? Martial arts is physique, and hunting is physique, and survival, crime is stealth. Oh, this is double duty? Physique and survival? I'll take hunting practice. Let's go. So I technically have Zeki. With that being the case, I don't have his... Oh, there's his event. I don't have Aziz here. So we'll wait till Aziz gets back to do hunting practice, but that won't go away, which means I would like to shift the board a little bit. Becky can come back. Zaki can go in place. We'll put Inal and Lady Becky at the house. We're more likely to get money, because we need the money for this. which means that I have something I could be doing. Let's look at my books. Combat and stealth. Actually, let's look at it all. Okay, so this is where he is. Combat's 4, stealth is 2. He's got a 5 in physique, charisma, and wisdom, a 2 in survival, a 3 in sociability, and of course 1 point in support. So we could give him stealth and combat to up those. We could give him... He doesn't have a point of magic, so he can't actually get the survival, but he can get these. We could up his sociability. This is stealth and survival, and he has the wisdom to read it. Oops. This is just stealth, and this is just wisdom. If we did the stealth survival book, that means that he does have a stealth and survival of 3, which is pretty decent, actually. Then his lowest stat would be support, and, like, the ones that you have to gain through other means, like piety and passion and stuff like that, which I don't think marks of passion matter for the protagonist. My charisma is a 5, and I'm not wearing any gear, so... We'd like to have a good chance of 4 successes on a charisma check. We've got a solid 5. We are wearing no charisma gear, so we can definitely up that with gear easily enough. I'm not worried about that. I don't think we have any like miscellaneous. Yeah, we don't have any miscellaneous gear down here except for Jasmine. But he doesn't have the pet slot to wear her yet, so it's fine. I think there is a book where you need like 6 wisdom to read it, but I don't think that matters necessarily. So yeah, this book might be the best book to make him read so that he has a 3 in stealth and survival. Just for the future of doing things that require those. All right, he's gonna read a book. Because he literally has nothing else he can do right now. I mean, he could go talk to Novel, but I don't necessarily want to do that yet because that causes other things to happen. All right, that is where we're at. We only have 2 cards to worry about. The Extravagance card is the one that will worry me the most because the Conquest card, I have like multiple places I could do for it, so. That crime option was very high risk for Zeki, by the way. Yeah, we don't want to make him into a criminal. He's a noble. What has the bathhouse for us today? Good things. Only good things. Silver opportunity. Nice. Ooh, let's make it the monies. Oh, such good monies. And a noteworthy happenstance. Maggie had a beloved piece of jewelry stolen. Who could have done it? In all, the maid, who came with her dowry, has the easiest access to her jewelry box, and the boy, Zafir, often runs errands in the city and can easily fence stolen goods. Or could it be a friend who recently visited your wife? Okay, first of all, our maid in all, loyal. Loyal and true. That girl is honesty incarnate. Zephyr would never. I mean, like, he's got the stealth, and he's very fast, but he would never. The noble friend, on the other hand. Nobles are shifty, man. We know. We're one of them. You propose to talk to Maggie's friend about the jewelry, and unexpectedly, she seems relieved. To be honest, I've had my doubts. She first wanted to see my jewelry box and then started talking about her husband's gambling. But I kept thinking, should I suspect a friend? You comfort her, and then write to the woman's husband. A few days later, you receive a blank letter along with a bag containing the jewelry. Yep, it was the friend. the Sultan becomes weary, but we got some mystique with Zaki. Very nice. We got another book from the bookstore. Can we get more? Nope. Zephyr tries, but he just doesn't have the stats for it. Oop. We are breaking this extravagance card on our house. Luxurious residence. Look at that. Look at that. First, you need the funds. Then you will need to get a legendary architect, or the Sultan will get bored before you even finish. This is a miracle of money and manpower. This architectural wonder was created in just 7 days. Reading improves you. We learned stealth and survival. Excellent. It's the day to worship the Immaculate Purity again, and it's the best time to visit the priests. Oh, thank goodness. Ah, Jabal, the general of the Sultan, suddenly stops you as you leave. Want to make a deal, he says, extending a pair of calloused hands. Give me that conquest card. I haven't faced any valuable opponents for a while. My hands itch to fight something. You mentioned the Sultan might not like that, but Jabal is unfazed. As long as no one knows it was me, what do you worry about? I'll give you the evidence of conquest directly. You can just pass it to the Sultan. Jabal is one of the 4 honor guard of the Sultan. By the way. He is a silver card, I think. But yes, we can refuse or we can say, sure. Yeah, our people are loyal and good. We treat them well. So, what do we want to do about Jabal? Jabal, this hottie here. What do we want to do about him? Sounds very high risk, but he'll be annoyed if we turn him down. Yeah. If we agree, we have the possibility of getting him as a follower. And if we don't agree, he just fucks off. You're making me decide. Traveler side. What is this? You wound me. Fine. I will decide. Sounds good, man. I don't want to do this conquest anyway. It's not like I had 2 places I could use it on. Jabal was right, and besides, it was mutually beneficial, with no reason for refusal. He laughed and grabbed your shoulder. Just wait. I'll bring you the Wolf King's head. Event. General Night Hunt has appeared. I see. He's just gonna take one of them. Well, the Hamar brothers are back. Horse betting is around. Jeez Louise. We literally just got enough money for this. Zaki, go handle it. I don't have an extravagance card low enough. So there's that. He just wants this, and he doesn't have the combat to deal. Yes, he does. Physique in combat. Why is... You may choose to skip this challenge. Jabal only needs you to provide the Sultan Conquest card. If you gain 4 successes in the Night Hunt, you will surpass Jabal. Ooh. Watch this shit. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna take Lady Becky with me. She's lucky, you know. Hold on. Hold on. I don't have enough money for that. This is the story of a courtier who, in order to break an extravagance card, decorated his residence to be so extravagantly luxurious that it rivals the Sultan's own. One living here would lose sleep every night worrying over thieves, robbers, and the Sultan's displeasure. Yeah, no shit. There's our wonder. Your house is more luxurious than even the Sultan's residence. It produces 5 extra gold coins every 3 rounds. And my gal Inal, she runs this place now. Who's at court? Petuna? Who has 1 point of support and opposition. I do not have to send anyone to court. Okay. He comes back next round. Yes, our wife? No.
What?
Zephyr's going horseback riding on Jasmine. We have no money to do this, actually. Never mind. Ah. To the bathhouse for our wife.
What?
Let's see if you can get some actual information, dude. Alright. And then I just have the Silver Extravagance left after that. Of which... just a Conquest card. Just a Conquest card. Extravagance no higher than Bronze. I don't think Extravagance will go here at all. But nobody is... because I don't have the money. That's right. So horse betting will just go away, but it will come back around. Okay. I have too many places to spend money and not enough places... and not enough money, honestly. It's fine. Complain that I don't spend points, you complain when I do. I can't win. No, I complain when you make me make decisions. And I complain that you have a ton of channel points that you never use. There are options other than making me decide things. There are. There is a way to win, Trav. You're just ridiculous. Yes! Yes, there are. Someday maybe you'll figure it out. I don't know. This is where we stand. A female artisan who calls herself an inventor came to your door, eagerly and enigmatically introducing you to her latest research project. She assured you that the development had reached its final stage and that she just needed a little more sponsorship to complete this unprecedented great invention, an instrument capable of unveiling the secrets beyond the starry sky. Moved by Mahir's word, you give her a significant sponsorship. The mysteries of the firmament, the celestial abode of the divine, you aspire, you crave, you anxiously await the day Mahir completes her work. We need 5 successes to complete the research. Nailed it. Mahir has completed the project. She shows you a complex and magnificent instrument with intricate patterns conforming to some natural logic and rhythm. Through the lens, you peer into the distant starry sky, the timeless gleam of faraway stars captured in your eyes, while Mahir's excited voice echoed in your ears. I knew it. You know, I always felt that we were all governed by a force, just like these stars, moving in definitive trajectories. I want to discover the laws governing that force, governing everything. This is my dream. I think people call that force God, you replied instinctively. The realm of God is quietly shedding its veil of mystery. Now you will have gleamed it. In the future, you will reach it. The Mirror of Stars is unfortunately not silver. It's fine. There are. I'm a bear of very little brain. I wouldn't bet on it. Have you actually read all the options in the channel points menu? Have you actually clicked on them and see what they mean? I'm pretty sure that you have brain enough for that, my mans. Pretty sure you have it. A swindler, or maybe not a swindler, approaches you with a heap of trinkets claiming they are ancient relics belonging to your family. With a grand gesture, you generously declare that you will take them all in. The person was overjoyed and tried to run away with your money. However, maybe out of fear of trouble from you, he sneakily handed you something just before leaving. When he had gone far away, you opened your hand to find a piece of jewelry bearing the royal insignia. It's better not to ask how he got it. The cartographer Minal brings you her latest discovery. Tracks, faint but unmistakable, hinting at an uncharted oasis. She found the signs too late. Her supplies were already spent. She could not go further. Regret and excitement war in her voice as she urges you to sponsor or even join her expedition. She swears the rewards will surpass your wildest imaginings. We need at least 3 successes out of 22 die. I don't know, do you think we need the rerolls? Your sponsorship compensates for her last shortcoming. Heck yeah. Physique. Just when despair threatens to take hold, a hint of green emerges on the golden horizon. You would mistake it for a mirage if not for the distant murmur of water. It is a miracle. Minal clings to you in exhilaration before breaking away, racing towards the unknown oasis. A small clan dwells here. They welcome you with open arms, offering their strongest spirits and their finest lambs. You return home with laughter in your throat and blessings at your back. Before long, the tale of your journey spreads across the city. Ah, the bathhouse. What wonderful things will our wife speak in the steam? Silver intuition. Nice. People come and make us money. What money will we make? Nice. The good money. In this palatial estate, most will bow their heads. And something noteworthy has happened. A noble presents the Sultan with a strange beast. It has the head of a deer, the body of a leopard, and the tail of a pheasant. The Sultan is very intrigued by the creature and asks you how to interpret it. Do we tell him it's a deception? Do we tell him it's a good omen? Or do we tell him it's a bad omen? What do we say, chat? You have ways of making me decide without anyone else's involvement. You have ways of deciding, of crowning yourself the monarch of the moment and taking that decision-making away from me with your own. You also have ways to make me ramble in story time and forget the game exists. Choose wisely, or don't. It's up to you. But the channel points are there for everybody who's around long enough to make use of them. Have fun! Trev wants a good omen. Okay, we can do good omen. I just like to hear from my chat. Good Omen is also the name of a very good book. The the live action series on Netflix wasn't that bad either. With your support, the noble stands taller, prouder. The Sultan nods, sending the specimen to the treasury before you praise and fabricate portents of a prosperous future alongside the noble until the Sultan tires. Some disapprove of your flattery, but who cares? The Sultan is happy with you. Hey, remember that influence I lost? I got it back. People go to court. The nobles bicker. The palace intrigues have made the Sultan weary. But we got no information whatsoever from court because opposition canceled out support. That was fine though. I was okay with that. At the bookstore, do we get some information? No. No, Zephyr cannot talk to other people to save his life. I really should fix that. A general, eager for adventure and challenge, has found the perfect hunting ground. Now hand over the conquest card and wait for him to bring back the beast's head after his killing spree. You joined Jabal's hunt. However, can your performance earn his approval? So we need 4 successes. We have 6 die to do it in. Essentially, our skills and Jabal's skills are both being tested. So if we get 4 successes here, we will triumph over Jabal. If we do not get 4 successes here, he triumphs over us. But either way, the hunt has happened. So, wish us luck, chat. Fucking easy street. Don't even have to cheat with a gold die. We got 5. Get good, scrub. You slice off the beast's heads with a single stroke. Without a doubt, you prove your valor, earning Jabal's high praise. He picks up the steaming, bloody head and hands it to you. The next day, you hold up the giant wolf's head as proof and publicly break the conquest card in 2. So not only did we give him fun with a conquest, but we also participated in the conquest personally so that it wasn't even a lie that we had earned that conquest card's breaking. How clever of us. And a crown becomes a collar. We did get the giant's wolf head. We have a familiar fighting style card, and we also got Strunk. Nice. That was pretty good. All we have left is this silver extravagance card that could be problematic. Maybe. Zaki wants to talk to us. And ownership of the winery and the bathstone house date because our wife has a point of passion, and the vicious dogs are back. Which actually may solve our extravagance card problem. No, it won't, because they're only bronze. Never mind. They are only bronze. Jackie, what's up, man? I still have yet to teach you things, but we're working on it. Zaki came to see you alone, thoughtfully asking if all good deeds are rewarded in turn. He looked a bit apprehensive, not knowing if he admired your kindness or pitied your suffering. Not necessarily, or they certainly will. Do we give him something thoughtful, or do we make promises that the world will not keep for us? What do we think, chat? I do love this music. I'm sorry, the music in this game is really great. I love the shifts of it. I love how, depending on what you're doing or how many days before execution happens, things change up. The soundtrack of this game is very lovely. And if maybe in the back of my head I have, like, you know, imaginary belly dancers, like, dancing to it all the time, I mean, it's very much in theme, I think. The truth is not necessarily. That doesn't mean it isn't, but it doesn't mean it will. Like, not necessarily. You told the young man that when you do good deeds, you never expect a return from others, but that doesn't mean you don't need a return. He apologized for his dullness and hoped you could explain further. You don't have to repay my kindness, you should pass it on to others, and thus goodwill will ripple around us like a stone causing ripples in the water. In the end, these ripples will always come back to me. Not from you, not from him, perhaps not from anyone. Perhaps not from anyone I know, because the world has changed because of our good deeds, and I will eventually benefit from it. He looked at you with wide eyes, and after a long time he knelt down before you, swearing to follow you for life. You could tell that your words benefited him greatly. We have gained a secret card, and Zaki has formed a bond of fate with us. Now, this is important because a bond of fate means that should we decide to just escape the game, we can take Zeki with us, assuming he is still with us at that time. Let's try not to get him killed. Also, Mr. Scrake, welcome in. I hope your day has gone well. Alright. This is where we stand. Ownership of the winery is a must. We don't actually have to meet this asshole in person, but we do have to send somebody. The bathhouse date requires us and our wife. Signs of carnality. Carnality or bloodshed. So this is a way you can use up a carnality card that you have already used directly on your wife. You can use it directly on this location and have it count. So that's nice. But the bathhouse date will show up because she has a mark of passion on her. That's all that is required. So, like, even if I ignore the date, we'll see it again. Which is good. I don't know why this didn't count. Okay. So I can ignore the bathhouse date and not worry about it. Lazeg is at court, so I have no opposition at court to cancel out, but I have no support either. The Hamar brothers are a silver tier conquest card. The vicious dogs are an extravagance or conquest of no higher than bronze. This is a conquest of no higher than bronze. Ah, didn't mean to click that again. So really, we need to figure out what we want to do for the extravagance card. That is... We have 4 more days to figure it out. We could go use it in the Sultan's Palace, but that would be a waste. Aziz is back, so we can definitely do this. And I am gonna put some extra, survival on that as well. The higher the physique and survival of Zeki and his instructor, the more effective the training. So I'm gonna try and max this out as much as I can. Because then his physique and survival will be high. And, I mean... He's just so damn good at physique and survival. Aziz is my powerhouse. It doesn't matter about us getting him killed. He can manage that all by himself. We're not sure how to stop that, but we'll be trying. Question: if you've got multiple cards, do you have to use them all up by the deadline, or does it reset every time you use a card? Because if it's the latter, is there any reason for not just pulling the entire deck and therefore having the right card available at all times? Whatever it is, you'll probably need more than 5 gold. Yeah, I probably will. So each of the cards independently have a countdown timer, depending on when you pulled them. So at the time that we originally pulled the extravagance card, which was the original pull, we had drawn 3 or 4 other cards that were all on the same countdown timer of 7 days. But if we had waited a day after the extravagance card was pulled and then pulled more, their countdown would be 7, whereas the extravagance card would be a 6. So there are ways to reset the countdown timer of a card. Not that we've earned that particular ability, but you can only do it like once every so often, even after you've gotten it. And I think you can only do it like up to 3 times. So you should always track down an option for your lowest card. Even, but like pulling multiple cards, if you have the capacity to handle multiple things, is fine. It's just, I'm not experienced enough in this game to feel confident about my decisions. I just really needed the bitch and Vanity to die immediately, like that turn. So that's the reason why we pulled multiple cards, and it just so happened that outside of the Silver Extravagance, we had an answer for the majority of them. The Silver Extravagance is the only thing that's problematic in this moment, but we still have 4 more days before we are executed over the damn thing, so let's try to figure it out, shall we? Hold on. Damn it. Bronze tier or lower. We probably need 15 gold. So. First of all, Lady Becky, come out. Thank you. Again, Lady Becky is amazing. But let's make sure we make some money here, shall we? We can only make up to 5, but that's fine. Who's at the bookstore? Jabal is at the bookstore. We just ran around with him and he was impressed with us, so he is a silver tier noble card. I believe that there are... Amongst the Sultan's honor guard, I think it's 2 silver and 2 bronze. But I could be wrong, it could be one of each. I don't remember. No, because both Jabal and Nabani are silver. But he's the adventure enthusiast. It's the cavalry captain who is bronze. So I think the 4th one is also bronze. I would like to have support on you, which means somebody who has sociability needs to go, or a crap ton of wisdom. Lumera, go, but we're not gonna spend money on books today. My lovely wife, to the bathhouse. Ooh, right. Hold on. We have equipment. Now she has so much charisma. So much charisma. Wow, I have a vacant, a gold vacant room and a vacant mansion. Dang. I need to start doing some of that. Actually, that is something that we can do. But in any case, my way. Okay. But what if I did this? Okay. Yeah, it's not even showing up on the board. There's an option I can use for it. So it is kind of a problem right now. Oh dear. Seeking help from the church doesn't expire, so I guess it's time to do this. I might as well find out what he wants to do. I'm not gonna use a card on him. He's not worth the card. And we have nobody going to court. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, well, Lady Becky, I'm sorry, but you have to go to court instead. Go make us some money, Lady Becky. Because you showed up. Oh, she's the most ridiculous thing. I think Zephyr just does nothing. I think he just hangs out. How funny. Yeah, that's where we stand, I think, for this day. Oh. I could send him to do this, actually. Never mind. Talk to Zephyr. You're not worthy of my time. There we go. 4th guard doesn't really show up outside of the Silver Concubine story. The silver concubine as in, Shama? Or the silver concubine as in one of the girls who shows up here? Or was it the bitch I killed? Like, it's quite possible that the fourth guard doesn't really show up because he's always at the Sultan's side, whereas the other three run off and go do shit, so... The one that attends court from time to time? Okay. Her? I don't remember her name, because Zazie is here, but we've seen her before. This is the Sultan's current favorite, and she cares about nothing but herself. And his favor, obviously. Alright, I think that's everything I can do, and this silver extravagance is becoming kind of problematic for us at the moment. So, let's hope that we can figure that out. Soon. This mansion, isolated from the bustle of the city, stands in a silence that feels like no man's land. Beneath the eaves and tree shadows, Nawful sits alone, reading, no servants by his side. Your arrival does not surprise him. He simply nods at you. He leads you in, then proceeds to speak. This is a disaster. Pouring you a mint-infused tea, his voice is low and certain. Everyone will be dragged into a whirlpool of fear and distrust, a life worse than death. Especially you, Raid. To survive this game, you will betray your own morals, killing a friend, squandering a fortune, trampling faraway lands, disheartening your very wife. Yet when the game is over, what will you have? The title of Vizier? We both know the Sultan has no need for a wise courtier. Pushing the cup towards you, Nawful adds in a hushed tone. Don't you want to end this game early? Do you have a plan? You ask involuntarily. Should we sever the roots of this calamity? You mean the Sultan? Wait, you're plotting regicide? Despite your candid words, Nawful calmly and earnestly nods. It's not easy, but it's our only respite from the Sultan's rule. Speechless for a time, you finally question. How do you plan to do it? It's not I, but us. Maybe even you. Only you have the hope to achieve it, given the power the Sultan has bestowed upon you. Nawful explains. We need an army, a means to open the city gates, and a chance to seize the Sultan's magic ring. He articulates the plan in thorough detail, his gaze steady. It feels like the whole plan is haunting in his mind for times immemorial. Feels like the whole plan has haunted his mind for times immemorial. Translation's a little iffy there, but it's pretty. Sounds dangerous? Is dangerous. Not just sounds. You suddenly recall your first meeting with him. That was of many years ago, when he was but a young man, who was loathed with the ways of the world, who would strike a wall so plenty as if blaming it, who was devoid of any boundaries and cues. Eventually no one dared to communicate with him, and as such no one dared to visit him. You can always hear your colleagues mocking him during the feasts. Gradually their lips no longer spoke of such things. It's only common sense that the Sultan will continue his sovereign until the end of this world, and without a voice of opposition, the court was left with the same dreadful, evasive silence. You don't know when he became completely disillusioned with the Sultan, when he began to concoct this almost impossible plan, but you can see that what is hidden in his dark eyes looking at you in this moment is surprisingly hopeful. Is it too late to stab him? Yes, it's a little too late to stab him. Ha! Hope. What a word. But why? Why do you tell me these? Don't you think I will report it to the Sultan? You have a chance to use these cards on me, don't you? Nawful gives a wry smile, speaking frankly. I was merely gambling on the idea that you had not yet submitted to the game. As such, you discuss some details until the moon rises. Nawful waves a goodbye to you, his words lingering guilt. I'm sorry, I can't help you in public, lest I bid a steadfast investigation into us. Should you need something, send someone towards me to make an arrangement here. You nod in understanding. And so, under the moonlit night, a hidden covenant is signed as your hands are clasped. Perhaps it is from this night that the path of destiny begins to turn to another ending. We've got ourselves a frenemy! And the intent to rebel. Sorry, rebel. Either way. Real warriors are born through real hunts. You decide to give Zaki a taste of blood. You bring Zaki to the wild to begin the hunt. We need at least 3 successes to gain him some skill. More would be better. A frenemy. He's still going to oppose us at court? Probably. That's 10 successes. Do we re-roll to try and get higher? We only needed 3. I don't know what the actual, like, limits are. Make with the stabbing? It caps out at, like, 5? Well then, 10 is more than enough. It was a good hunt. He hunts with you, skins the animals, distributes the meat and the offal fairly, enjoys meat at the campfire, thus benefiting the life a young lad should enthrall in. He gains 3 physique and 2 survival from that, which is excellent. I mean, we got 10, guys. We not only avoided injury, but we got good stats. Like, these are solid. The bathhouse. What does our wife learn? Many things. Inside information in silver. Alright. Does our gal maketh the monies? She does. She maketh the monies. Excellent. Ah, but something noteworthy has happened. A poor man complains that he invested all his savings to help his brother start a business, which has since prospered. However, his brother now refuses to share any of the profits. While his brother has grown wealthy, he struggles to even provide for his daughter. The brother, now a successful merchant, angrily insists that the borrowed money was repaid in full years ago. Do we blame the merchant? Blame the poor man? Do we say, I can support you? Or do we say, I can support your daughter? We have done I can support your daughter, and that did not work out. We have said I can support you, and we basically get only the money owed back. So we could choose either of the blames. What would chat like me to do? 1, get that notoriety. We do love a good notoriety. We need troops. But we have time to get troops this time. We're as much as we are starting our intent to rebel against the Sultan, we've got time to gain troops without somebody constantly making us need troops, like, every 3 or 5 turns. Blame the merchant? Alright. Damn you, merchant, why did you not support your brother? You accuse the merchant of shirking tradition and share bound duties. He dares not defy a lord like you and grudgingly hands over the coin. The poor bless your name. Alright. The grand game. We sent somebody to court, and we got some inside information for it. The palace makes the Sultan weary, but Lady Becky brings us in money because she showed up. I'm sorry, he showed up. Male cat. Title is Lady Becky. We love that about him, and he just showed up, so he gets a coin. Just cuz. At the bookstore. Can she interest this man's? Yes, she can. We gain some tactics. She does not influence him. I'm serious. I think we have to send a noble tagged person to the bookstore to influence people into supporting us, which is absurd. Someone comes to your door claiming to be the owner of the vineyard who you attacked that day. He wants to talk. He does not appear to bear you ill will. This gloomy man is not here to assign blame. He introduces himself as the brother of Lady Fatuna's late husband, and with her husband's sudden passing, the widow has inherited a fortune. These properties shouldn't belong to her. He rubs the ring on his thumb and gives you a meaningful look. He proposes a collaboration. If you, who has Fatuna's trust, tricks her out to kidnap her, afterwards you get half the property. A very generous reward. Greed flares up in your mind. The man narrows his eyes, pleased, and sets a small vial of sleeping draught upon your table. A simple thing for you, isn't it? He coos. She trusts you. And she does. Fatuna trusts you. Oh, how she trusts you. Your conscience stirs uncomfortably. We like Fatuna. She's ruthless and cutthroat, but we like her. And let me tell you, her husband's family, they were all shit. All of them. Her husband, the brother, shit people. You find Fatuna and inform the poor woman about the plot. Thank you for telling me this. Fatuna presses her lips together and sighs slowly. She actually knows the intentions of the vineyard owner. The man covets her and her wealth. Fatuna despises him, even hates him. Taking a deep breath, she looks straight into your eyes and resolutely says, "Can you kill him for me?" Her tone is calm and restrained, unwilling to show any hint of cowardice. I am willing to pay more than whatever he promised you. You agree to her request. Now it is just a matter of waiting for the right time. After returning home from hunting, you accidentally discovered a wounded white rhino resting by the river. What should you do? Notoriety has spread among people attracting followers. You could construct a guest house. Okay, we may have solved our problem, actually. So, let's get organized. Our lovely wife wants to speak to us, but change and destiny, this is what is required. Your resolve, at least a gold tier conviction of rebellion or conquest, or a conquest card. A gold conquest card. But we have to get through all of these people. This is the entirety of the Sultan's army. The Sultan has the army, the powerful magic ring, and he himself is said to be an almost invincible warrior. You certainly need a strong army, swords and magic to oppose him, and to end the old dynasty and create a new one, such task must always be achieved by convictions. You need a conviction or conquest card no less than gold tier. You need to find ways to collect or upgrade those convictions that can oppose the Sultan. In the worst case, you can use the gold conquest card to challenge the Sultan directly. Choose your convictions carefully, as these will become the foundation of a new future and cannot be changed. Hi, PP. Thank you for the lurk. I adore you. All right. So, our intent to rebel is silver. It's the only conviction we have. Once this notion is challenged, people begin to obsess day and night about how to assassinate their sovereign and dismantle the state, as if doing so would solve all of life's problems. It won't. This is a status, so it's not a conviction. We do have the Giant's Wolf Head, which is a trophy. We have the Charted Oasis, which is a location, and the Mirror of Stars, which is a treasure. This is a consumable, as is this. As is this. We have a silver vacant mansion and a gold vacant room, which can be rented out in managing the estate. Okay. Here is magic. Here is more wisdom. This is stealth. This is sociability. Okay. You have currently. I might want to give him actual wisdom. But you need 3 wisdom to read the wisdom books, so that's not going to help. We need Lumera to read this one. I almost want to put the sociability on Zephyr, but it's fine. I actually need to have a noble to go, so actually it might be better to put the sociability on this man's. Find out what our wife would like. Arming. Needs charisma of sociability to soothe the wife. Failing the check generates wife's resentment. Alright. So this we have to go to ourself. What else do we have to go to ourself? These will come back around. Conquest or carnality? We only have extravagance. Okay. But guest house. A stone extravagance card. Building a stone tier guest house requires 10 coins. You can take this opportunity to break a stone extravagance card. Well, that's annoying. This is the story of a courtier who worked with his enemy to launch a grand rebellion. You have already too many followers. I don't want to be one of them. On the contrary, you need someone who can oppose you, who can remind you and correct your path. I will be that person until you no longer need me, until you would rather kill me. Gain the trust of Nawful in the ritual private meeting. Well, interestingly enough, that means he's gunning to be our vizier. Just saying. Who is at court? Nabani is at court. Okay. He has 6 fatigue, so he is about to retire from court after today. We do need somebody with support to go to court. Which could be Zaki. Or it could be Lady Becky. Who's in the bookstore? Adil? Adil's not hugely all that big a deal. Let's check one more thing. 3 more days. Okay. So this cannot be exchanged. That's a problem. It is a problem. I wish I could use it for this, but I cannot. We might be killed here, guys. This silver extravagance card might be the death of us. Howsomever. Yep, we upgraded the mansion. Oops, wrong button. With the gold one. It was either going to be the gold extravagance card would kill us, or the silver one would. It's kind of how that's working out right now. I think we just need help. Well, we've got a couple of days on this one, so as much as our wife can't go to the bathhouse, it's fine. Zaki can go to the bathhouse. But he would not be very effective there. Lady Becky, however, can go to the bathhouse. Why not? Which means that Zaki can go to court for us and cancel out the opposition from Nabani. Fine. Lumera gets to read the magic book. Go get yourself some magic, my girl. Then we have Aziz and Zephyr left. We send Zephyr to the bookstore for more books. that's what we do. So we just have Aziz left. I have a silver mansion for this. Which is... Oops, wrong one. Almost as good as the gold vacant room. I just figured I should use the gold vacant room on my house. So that when the foreign merchant comes, the rent we get is the best rent in the game. Keep 16 gold and hope the silver prostitute shows up, I guess. Oh, that's... We can use an extravagance card on her. And Jalila, I mean, Jalila is currently in, but every day, this has the chance to change to somebody new, so... Thank you, Rakavi. It's the one place I didn't look. The House of Delights. The one place I didn't look. We're ridiculous. Okay, we're not boned yet. Okay. Technically, I could use it here, too. We do have at least a silver or gold person to extravagantly give things to, but... We could use it there. Let's end the day. Is there anything Aziz can do that would be useful to us? I mean... He doesn't have the charisma for this. Or the stealth. We would want multiple people on this. And I want conquest for some of the rest of these. Or an extravagance in the case of the damn dogs. Yeah. Waiting on conquest cards to roll up, basically. So is there anything for Aziz to do anywhere? Not really. He gets to chill. For once, he gets to just chill. Alright, let's go. On days of divine worship, flowing waters wash temples' smooth stones over the bare feet and prostrate hands of the devotees. Priests of the purest order stand deep within the temple amid pure white pillars under blue sky and bright sun, skin dusted in gold powders and glows softly. Iman, the head priest of the purest order, was surprisingly aloof, even described as cold. He takes the Sultan card you bring, closing his eyes for a lengthy silence, finally shaking his head. I can't destroy it. Returning the card to you, he washes his fingers with water from the columns as if they've touched something so dirty. If you need blessings or confection, I can help. His tone feels detached, businesslike, but eyes steady, leaving you unsure whether his refusal stems from lack of bribery or genuine inability. Ah, the bathhouse. What news does Lady, Becky bring us? Inside information in silver. Very nice. Lady Becky, here's all the good gossip. People still come to our house. It is a delight. We make it the money. And we might make more money. I think it's been 3 turns since we got the palatial estate. Yep. Doubled our money. You list your vacant house for rent. Soon someone reaches out to you. Something noteworthy has happened. Recently, a highly explicit picture book has been circulating secretly in the city, with you and the Sultan as the protagonists. Do we strike hard against this book? Do we subtly hint against this book? Do we consult the Sultan about this book? Or do we just say, give me a copy, let me take a look? Us and the Sultan sitting in a tree, Kissing. First comes lust. There will be no babies. And the rest of it you'll have to make up on your own because I ran out of cleverness. I have actually seen this one in the demo, and I know which one is the most amusing outcome. It is not consulting the Sultan on the matter. What shall we do, chat? What amuses you the most in this moment? Or, if you've got the channel points, take control of the vote, or make me do it. Either way. Take a look, I'm curious. Also, I suspect that the author's lifespan will be quite short once the Sultan hears of this. I mean, the Sultan has done worse. Not a joke. That is the truth. For anyone who's actually been through the prologue of this game, spoiler alert, I've already done the prologue. You can find the prologue in my playlist on YouTube, but in the very first episode, which is there right now, waiting for you. But needless to say, I've played the prologue and the demo multiple times, and oh boy, has the Sultan done worse. The author will live a very long time. Very, very long, and they don't wish it wasn't. Gotcha, no. Let's just take a look. This is the best answer, actually. Is there such an album? Don't you want to get one to appreciate it? Thus, during that period, your mind is filled with those forbidden, ambiguous, and sensual images from the book. Maybe, maybe one day you can make it come true. Freedom from fear. Saucy. Going to court is good. The nobles bicker like street ruffians, which is exactly as the Sultan wants to see, but all the absurdity of endless debates and debacles have left the Sultan thoroughly exhausted, so he'll probably relieve himself from court for a few days. Your recent actions have not aroused any suspicion from the Sultan, and as such, our influence has increased. Sending someone there has given us the benefit of actual intelligence. Thank you, Zaki. The Angler isn't the largest bookstore, but it's the best. So we get a low stone tier book. Let's see if we can get information this time. Maybe? Ooh, they discuss some topics from the book and you gained real world information from it. Nice. Reading improves. She has learned some mystical knowledge. Lumera is thoughtful. She's always thoughtful. She's a thoughtful girl. Your previously diligent attitude impressed the vizier, who, informed of your responsibilities as Sultan's trusted minister under his guidance. Timely address, state affairs, event, flesh tax has appeared. Beast blood no longer thrills the Sultan, but he suddenly wonders if a giant wolf could be kept as a dog. Of course, he doesn't care about anyone's answer. His thoughts are already on the hunt, eager to try it himself. So he goes off hunting, because he feels like it. We are 2 days from execution, so the, things are creepy. Shama is in the house. Thank God she may be our savior, because court is out. Okay. He is right. Ignore him. Consumable. Okay, what is this? You have to make a choice. When Abdul's absent, everything is up to you. If Abdul disagrees with you, you need to persuade him. A gold tier bloodshed card can limit Abdul, but please consider its cost carefully. So we end up with the abuse of the tax for population system in our hands, and Abdul is absent because he's out hunting with the Sultan, so we must deal with it. That's what the flesh tax is about. Okay. Room for rent is Bharat. He wants to rent a room. We can give him the vacant mansion or the vacant room, and depending on what tier it is, we get an amount of rent from him for it. Is the thing. But we have to do this. Yes, I am aware. So we have to pay double to do the extravagance. She is silver, so this works out. You gave too much money, but if you want to use an extravagance card, you may. So we are just going to have the time of our life. We have... Interesting. The perjury of integrity can be used here. Weird. 4 gold. But this is charisma and physique, so actually we just want a charisma card. Silver Secret will do. Just for the best outcome. Actually, it's just for a mark of passion, which opens up her quest. Actually, that's fine. We can do that. But now we won't get executed, so that's all I care about, really. We have opened up the quest lines for these guys. Jawad, we just haven't... We've literally just not thrown in the perjury of integrity because we know that, like, in 2 turns, we have to deal with suddenly getting almost assassinated, which isn't a problem. It's just whatever we wanted to do with our protagonist, Raid, gets overwritten by getting stuck in an event that we cannot escape. So I suppose we could just get him out. We haven't had the money to do Quaes, is the only thing, which would open up his quest line further. You don't get Quaes. Jawad, you get pretty quickly. Quaes takes a lot more because his quest line, Jawad ends up being a bronze tier. Quaes is a silver tier noble, unlike Jawad's bronze. So you actually have to go through a whole, like, investigation quest line to sway him into being your follower. We've never finished his quest line before. And so is his daughter, yes. Alright, we'll get him out. It's fine. Deals with space. Do we want to give him the gold vacant rune, or do we want to just give him the silver vacant mansion? Again, it will... Whichever one we send to Berat will be how much rent we get every 5 or 7 days. I don't remember if it's 5 or 7, but it's, you know, every amount of days. We got options. So whichever one we don't use will end up being the one we use for constructing the guest house when we have the money for it. So, do we want to rent our vacant room for Barat, the merchant? Or do we want to rent and use the mansion for the guest house when we have the money for it? Renting out the room to Barat will immediately get us an influx of cash. But what tier? Gold room or silver mansion? Like, those are the options. Give gold to the merchant? Yeah, I figured that's the most amount of tax, or most amount of rent you can make, so. You post a rental notice and soon a foreign merchant comes to take your offer. Such a luxurious house makes even the merchant Barat somewhat apprehensive. But you cheerfully reassure him not everyone has the privilege to be protected by a statesman like you. Doing business here ensures no riffraff will come for ruckus. Think about it. The noble people who enter and exit your mansion, his costly crafts, will certainly have buyers among them. After a moment of pondering, something strikes him, and finally he agrees with gritted teeth. Henceforth, you can come every 5 days to collect at 4 gold coins. So, yeah, this is the highest tier. At 4, silver would have gotten us 3, bronze would have gotten us 2, and stone gets us 1. I think I was pretty sure how that works. So, we have the... Let's get this sorted again. We have these on offer. This is one of the more interesting weapons in the game. Not the best weapon, but an interesting weapon. This is one of the better charisma items in the game. This one's a pretty good item as well. But it's 5, 10, and 20 as per its tier as usual. We can give items of significance to the foreign merchant, but I haven't found any yet. Buying or gaining rent will resolve this immediately, so we're just gonna get the rent because we're not gonna spend any coin. We actually need money. The foreign merchant Barat has rented a vacant shop under your name to conduct some small business here. The rent has already been collected when the lease agreement was signed, but it gets that clutter off the board. Clutter off the board. That's what we were hoping for. Okay. So we are dealing with the conquest, or with the extravagance card here. Zaki's request can be taken by anyone, but we can wait. Arming the wife has another turn before it becomes a bad idea. Inal and Lady Becky can manage the house because there's no court, so I don't have to send her to court. The bathhouse, anyone can go to. What books do I have? This is Charisma. Hold on. Lumera only has a single point of Charisma, and other of the magic books take Charisma. So I might want to give that to her. Aziz could use Charisma on occasion, but I do have horses for that. Zephyr could use Charisma as well. No, the bookstore is Wisdom. And Sociability. Never mind. I don't have to worry about that. We can live without the bathhouse. We have lots of high value intelligence cards. Actually. So... do I give Lumera more wisdom, or do I give Aziz some wisdom? Zephyr some wisdom so that they can read? Like, this book would be great for Zephyr, but he doesn't have the wisdom to read it. He could just read the stealth book, though. Get his stealth up. Become my stealth expert. That would probably be best, actually. Never found anything special with the broken gold sword. I should try offering it for divine aid. I mean, that might be where it's at, honestly. Hard to say. Certain things down here are being kept for extravagance cards of bronze and lower tier. This is freedom from fear is a different type of conviction, by the way. For many sovereigns, fear is an instrument of rule. Once people begin to yearn for a safer, happier country, things begin to change. So we have the intent to rebel and the freedom of fear as the two convictions that we have available to us now. Where is your wisdom? It's stupidly high. I'm gonna give you this charisma because you're gonna lose charisma in the pursuit of magic, Lumera. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now it's just these boys.
Hi.
Go there. And then... this is not gonna get us anything, but like a stone level anything. Unless we use a card. We could use a card. I think... is it secret? Yeah, secret will do. That'll get us something. Aziz has a secret to trade for more secrets. Alright, let's do that. That includes everybody and enough gold coins to build up for the next thing we want to pay for. Alright. It's decent and magic gives a bonus. Not that I'm 100% sure what to do with magic. Okay. So, here's the thing. The, magic can give you options when it comes to the things with insight, that have to do with insight, which is why in our first run we gained so much insight, is because we had a magic stat, and that was gaining us insight opportunities. At the same time, the Sultan has a stat of magic 10 from a magic ring, and you need to have 10 or higher to compete with him should you decide to a change of destiny is required. Magic is important for that, and basically that alone. You don't have to have it on the protagonist. You don't have to have it yourself. You just have to have somebody with high enough magic. So that's kind of where that lies. At least as far as I know. There are, I'm sure, other things that I don't know that has to do with magic, but yeah, magic can become important. So let's see how this all turns out, shall we? The bathhouse first. Alright, where's my water? You brought the little crocodile to the bathhouse just for fun, since it wasn't big enough to swallow a person yet. The little crocodile seemed happy, too. What you didn't anticipate was that someone, while you were turned around, slipped certain vital parts into the little crocodile's mouth. He didn't die immediately, but amidst his screams and the blood causing chaos, at least 3 people were transformed to death. Whoopsies. Aziz, you naughty man. I didn't realize that was gonna be a thing. Aw, but the crocodile was so happy. We made money. It was good. Prison! You gave the perjury of integrity to Jawad. Now I'm innocent, exclaims the prisoner, patting your shoulder and showering you with words of gratitude, but never once mentioning money. He loudly demands the guard's attention and leaves the cold-faced guard, never to return. When you inquire about him later, you learn that he had been cleared of his charges and is allowed to go home. The city's brothel, said to have a history older than the city's walls and palace. Regardless, it's a good place to break the Sultan cards, because no matter how beautiful and praised they are just playthings indulged in for money. Shama spent the whole day on you. She changed your hairstyle and used some small accessories and mechanics to make you look 3 times more handsome. Later, she taught you 3 techniques to bring ultimate joy to both women and men, and practiced them with you. In the evening, you fell asleep while she read poetry in a low voice, gaining the first dreamless, deep sleep you've had in dozens of days. In the morning, she prepared breakfast for you and shared a small tip on mixing dried fruits and honey. Now you leave the House of Delights, feeling empty, your chest twitching as if still expecting her touch, your mouth empty as if still tasting her body. As if Shama could be better than our wife, but unfortunately it does gain us wife's resentment. So now we have to deal with that. This is just a transaction, but it might spark passion. Oh, it's sparking passion for sure. Suddenly, she gasped. She grasped you, hesitant, joyful, and somewhat cruel. Poor thing. I think I'm starting to like you. Well, to the bookstore. We are buying books. We got The Breath of Ancients, which is a silver book. Can we get some information? No, we cannot. Poor Zephyr. Reading can improve yourself. So absorbed in the book, you lost track of time. When reading fiction, avoid connecting it to reality. It only makes the experience less enjoyable. But she got that point of charisma. Lumera is thoughtful. Alright, what things roll up today? Now that news of the discovery of the new oasis has spread, who will decide what to do with the land? Event Undertow has appeared. We will need to deal with that. And it looks like our daughter wants to speak with us, and we get a new card. So let's see what we get today. Hopefully it is not a gold anything. Silver Bloodshed. Okay. Well, we've dealt with this many cards. We have survived for 20 days. We've dealt with 2 bloodsheds already. Only 1 carnality. Couple of high-level extravagances. Couple of mid-tier conquests. I mean, high to mid-tier conquests. And now we have the other silver bloodshed, of which that means bloodshed gets either much easier or very, very difficult. Ay, ay, ay. Methinks that resentment ASAP. We won't have her be unhappy for a moment longer than necessary. Absolutely, Drav. Absolutely. But do we attempt to exchange this bloodshed card? I have 1 more day to wait, so I can't do it today, but do we attempt to exchange that card for something better? Also, fratricide. Use a bloodshed card to escape scrutiny, but he is not high enough tier for this bloodshed card. We have 3 days to figure that one out. 2 days to figure out Zaki's request. 2 days to figure out the flesh tax, of which only the gold bloodshed card can eliminate the vizier, but it's not necessarily a good idea. We do have to talk to our wife today. And we could do the Haunted Mansion if we had a silver tier follower with a Mark of Passion, I think it is. Oh no, Carnality has to have a Mark of Passion. Can explore normally without the Sultan card if you like. Depending on the Sultan card used, you will approach the Haunted Mansion differently. But we would need a silver tier something. I think Jasmine is the only thing that might be acceptable, because even the little crocodile is only bronze. Also, it's thundering, so if I suddenly disappear, it's because my power has gone out. But I don't expect it will. Sultan demands an explanation. You let the crocodile show up at the bathhouse and cause deaths and injuries. A bloodshed card no higher than silver tier, and the protagonist. Oh shit. Does this mean we get killed? We can't not do this. This is a problem. I wanted to go talk to my wife. Which means we're going to have 2 wife's resentments. Oh my god. This is the worst. Yeah, it's starting to get dangerous. I didn't realize that having this crocodile on Aziz when I sent him to the bathhouse was going to be a problem for me. Yikes. We can fix this if we survive the Sultan. Yup, if. If being the keyword here. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, we need 3 convictions. We don't have anything else. Okay. Well, okay. It's all problems, all the time. What does she want? It's great. Easy bloodshed resolution. Sure. We found Lumera sitting idly in our study with some books scattered around. Seeing you, she looked at you with clear eyes and said, "Master, I noticed that the books here are about very grand and significant events, but there's nothing about ordinary people, about slaves, servants, or vendors. Why is that?" We have done writers were very narrow-minded, so if you wanted those stories written down, you might have to write them yourself. They weren't written on paper. But the stories exist, they're just given orally, or we've never done they weren't worth recording, because we're not that stupid. So, you want me to show you what option 3 does? Because we can. I don't know if Lumera will agree, but we certainly can. What do you think, chat? Rukavi, just starting to get dangerous? I'm pretty sure as soon as we ended up being the player of the game, it got dangerous. We just haven't had a difficult time yet. It might go well, or not, but it might. I mean, you can be optimistic, sure. I'll show you what it does then. Influence. You coldly told her that it's because they are not worth it. Parchment and soot ink are expensive, and only the most significant events and greatest inventions are worthy of leaving a mark in history. How the common people live their lives, who would waste time caring about that? Lumera bit her lip, seeming to struggle internally, but under your stern gaze, she eventually gave up. I don't necessarily agree, but here we are. Alright, well... It's quite literally safer to send the cat. Oh, goodness gracious, Breath of Ancients to save our girl. Finally. She needs the physicality. You don't even understand. She is technically at a 0 physique. The only thing that is giving her physique stat is leather armor. Darkwing Duck, welcome in! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. And Fen! Oh, I adore you so much, my dear Fen. Welcome in, everyone. I am Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May. Please call me May. It's easier to say, it's easier to understand. It's just not spelled like the month of, that's all. I play a variety of games, one after another, but they all are games with story. That is my forte. So sit back, relax, enjoy, lurk if you love, if you need to wander off, raid and run, by all means. I am a lurk-friendly chat. Lurkers are love and life here on Twitch, and I love all of you. If you want to stay a while and listen, feel free to give me a follow or... you know, stick around long enough and decide you want to subscribe. Either way are optional. But I'm happy to have you. So thank you for joining me. I hope you are well, Darkwing Duck. Please raid and run if you need to. And Fen, of course, you're always welcome. I'm just happy to see you. Remember, everyone, today is Thursday. For you YouTubers, it may be some other day, but for everybody else who's here live with me, today is Thursday, which means tomorrow is Palia Friday. So if you would like to join me playing an MMO version of Stardew Valley or Sunhaven or that sort of cozy, chill multiplayer game, you are welcome to come join me in Palia. I play it every Friday because it's fun. And I always invite everyone to come join me. So here is the game on Steam for you to download and be ready for tomorrow. They do have an expansion coming out this month in May, very shortly. That's very exciting. So if you want to see what's coming up, or if you just want to check it out, I do have a playlist on YouTube as well. In fact, all of my VODs are on YouTube. In case you want to check out what I've streamed before and what I'm likely to stream again. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and thank you for coming. Now, that's the spiel. For all the rest of you who've been here, sorry guys. But yeah, this physique stat on her is literally from this leather armor. She has a 0 currently because that's what got her magic up to 4. So I need her to have more... I need her to have more physique before she dies. So we'll just get that fixed up real quick. Zaki wants to talk to somebody. You can talk to Aziz, because Aziz trained him last. That would be fine. Crafty Crafty Blue, thank you for the bits. Welcome to the bits board. You are number 2 after Mr. Plague Doctor Man himself. Thank you so much for the bits. I hope you're having a lovely day. After the last training, Zeki has determined that you are trustworthy. This time, he has come to you again. You want to hear his other requests. At a certain court meeting, Zeki witnessed your heated debate with the ministers. While recounting it, Zaki's eyes were full of admiration. Can you teach me how you did it? You were intrigued and agreed to his request. So, Zeki wants to improve his social skills this time to help his mother, and you argue with others in the court soon. You thought of 3 places to train this young man, but we can only choose 1. Thank you for the alert, Crafty Blue. Do we take him to learn communication in the court? Do we take him to learn gossip in the bathhouse? Or do we take him straight to the House of Delights and expand this young man's understanding of more sensual pleasures? I do not remember. The crocodile was on Aziz. It will be left at home, okay? I do not remember if or what the stats are behind this. I believe at least one of them is charisma, at least another is sociability, and at least a third is wisdom. I could be wrong. Bathhouse is charisma. Do you happen to know what all 3 are, Trav? 1 and 3 are sociability, 2 is charisma. Sociability is useful everywhere. Charisma is useful in specific places. 1, let's stay in Fatuna's good graces. So, like, charisma or sociability matters very little in the court itself, because the only stat that matters in the court is support versus opposition. Charisma is useful in the bathhouse alongside sociability. However, wisdom and sociability is what you need for both the house chores as well as the bookstore. So it is possible that sociability is the more useful stat out of the 2 options we technically have here. There is that. The best stats are in 3. 2 gives you extras, 1 is the safe option. I see. So, if I take him to the House of Delights, I piss off his mother. If I take him to the bathhouse, I just upset her, but maybe not lose her, and I get charisma. Or I take him to the court, he gets sociability, and we get both him and his mother as followers, is what you're saying. I'm gonna go with sociability. I actually think that that's the more useful skill, honestly. Like, legitimately, honestly, because we have sociability tests in multiple places on the regular, and charisma matters less overall. So I'm gonna go with that. We also need to deal with this, but we don't have a conquest card for it. We could draw for a conquest card. Ah, I did not mean to click on that one. We don't have anyone with high enough sociability for this particular one, so it's not gonna go away. We can wait on that for the time being. Who's here? Zaid? I would like to influence him for frickin' once. Just leaves the boys. Do I go for a conquest poll? Do I go for a conquest poll? Nah, you still have the Vagrant's Mansion, Wolf's Den. Ah, yes, but if I don't use a conquest card on the Charted Oasis, the Sultan gets the Oasis. Period. The Sultan gets it. Like, we have lots of conquest cards still open. I'm more likely to pull a Carnality card out of all of it, honestly. I mean, this is the RNG that I'm working with here. So, the Sultan gets the Oasis no matter what. You're just asking to command the assault. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, maybe we just don't worry about it then. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. We could do generous donation. I would rather break an extravagance card in the process. We could construct the guest house, which is useful even if we don't break an extravagance card. We could just do that. And just have the guest house, which is useful, like, immediately. So I think I'm gonna construct the guest house without the extravagance card. It still means I have the boys, but... maybe I don't send them anywhere. Maybe that's fine. All of this stuff, I'm waiting on other things to do. Ah, shit. No, I have days. I have 3 days. Okay. I have 2 days. This is the problem one. I needed to go to here and not piss off the Sultan. I think that would be a game end. I think this is where we stand. Clink the coins for sanity. Alright, guys. This is where we stand. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. For the Dark Alley Dwellers, guest means the role of slothful leisure, yet also the role of deathly commitment at a moment's behest. More often than not, it's a syndicate's act of raising a group of idlers to boost morale. Yet among these people, there exists a tact code of honor and duty enough to become your help. Considering your notoriety is long wafted through the dark alley, why not use some spare change to enlist some hands? A place with food, water, and safety. Heavens, the people in the slums actually need you to spend money just so they can have a place like this, and they're even willing to risk their lives for it? You suddenly realize something feels off, and all those voices of praise begin to lose their luster. But we did gain some influence. Maggie made a wooden dummy target, complete with correct vital points and joint structures, even 2 sandbags as eggs. She would practice swinging, hacking, and then using a roundhouse kick to send the dummy's eggs flying high. Neighbors, visitors from all walks of life, and you were all hugely frightened. Yep. Our wife is unhappy, and we have to fix it as immediately as we can. At the bathhouse, we sent Lady Becky. We get a bronze something. Tactics. Very nice. The sauna is crowded with people trying to talk to you. There's no need to pour water on the copper basin anymore. That Lady Becky gets us stuff everywhere she goes. Or he goes. He's the best. Sultan demands an explanation. You let a crocodile show up in the bathhouse and cause deaths and injuries. The Sultan bursts into hearty laughter at your story and gladly breaks the bloodshed card to spare you. However, some court guards wear expressions of impending doom, which is very strange. Well, that was... no more silver bloodshed, only the gold one. Alright, how much money do we make at our house? 3 gold coins. Solid. A peculiar man, claiming to be an inventor, seeks the grand game, presenting a mechanical bird made of metal. The bird can tell time, fly, preen its feathers. He hopes the Sultan will buy it with its weight in gold. Do you dare ask the Sultan for payment? Is this talent worth its weight in gold? Remember, this thing costs you 30 gold coins. Or do we just not see how this bird is useful to the Sultan? Now, if you spend 30 gold coins on this bird, every 7 days, it will give you a gold die, which is an auto success. So, chat, do we dare to ask the Sultan for payment on behalf of this peculiar inventor? Do we say that this talent is worth its weight in gold and then have to pay for it ourselves? Or do we just not see how useful this bird is? Let Lady Becky guard it. Lady Becky is the most powerful card in the game. Why would I want her to be out of play every 7 days? For 7 days at a time, Rukavi. Ha, maybe don't. Although that'd be funny. I mean, a cat guarding a bird. Kind of funny. Surely nothing bad would happen. I mean, it is a metal bird. It's not a real bird. You guys want me to have to save up 30 coins for this damnable bird? Because we have a time limit on that shit. I'm not sure I will be able to make the money on time. We haven't had any of the gambling stuff roll up in a while. Alright, this is what you guys want. If you want to sick our wonderful Lady Becky, that beautiful male kitten of ours, on a metal gold bird, it's only 30 coins. Lady Becky is good at making cash. Yeah, he is. Yes, the cat is a male. Yes, the cat is named Lady Becky. Technically, Lady Becky is the cat's title. As soon as you said this, the Sultan, also quite interested, spoke. Since you appreciate his talent so much, surely you don't mind paying a little too. So you had to buy the damned bird out of your own pocket and then present it to the Sultan. Here we are. The angler got us a book. We cannot influence this person or get any information. Sultan is not in court. But suddenly we realize information has improved. Reading improves ourselves. We learn some exercise techniques. Yay, not a waste of time. Lumera is thoughtful. 2 days later, you heard that a nobleman who was arrested for embezzlement was exonerated. His name was Jawad. He was known far and wide for his greed and stinginess. Began to worry whether the promised money would actually arrive. Ah, a playboy who spends his days in the House of Delights hears about our predicament from his lover, one of many, and wanting to alleviate his boredom comes to find you. You plan to open a guest house in the dark alley, a refuge for those assisting you, though not respectable. Yet you hesitate. Who manages it? The individual must be a commoner, adept at handling vendors and all sorts. A good cook is a guest house draws a good cook, as a guest house draws with free meals, loyal enough to avert risk and quick-witted. Who knows what dark alley holds? What about the cook from your territory? Upon hearing your dilemma, Maggie suggests, his name was Habib, remember? When we first toured your lands upon marriage, we enjoyed his meal. You had summoned him, commended the food, that's why I remember his name. You slap your forehead in realization. Maggie's idea hits the mark. You send for Habib, expected tomorrow, opening the guest house soon. While passing by an awful secluded mansion during one of your private meetings, you notice unusually loud sounds coming from within. Entering, you find a gathering taking place with an awful seated at the center. When you burst in, all the guests halt their chatter and action, simultaneously turning to look at you. You... Why? Am I not allowed? Or, sorry to intrude, I must be lost. How do we read the room? How do we read the room? Do we question why we're not allowed at his gathering? Or do we go, oops, must be lost. My bad. Also, just FYI, as of this recording, there is an American Pope. For any of you who keep track of those things. An American Pope who has been named Leo the 14th. They picked a Pope today. I'm not Catholic, but I did like the last Pope. He was very liked even outside of his religion, so I hope this one is decent. He's from Chicago. How will that affect the next Blasphemous game? I don't know, Rugavi. I find it interesting that we have a new Pope, and he happens to be an American. He had the political clout, Winterfairy. I don't understand the workings of the Catholic Church, so I'm not Catholic. Isn't Chicago considered the most corrupt American city after the capital? Perhaps, but at the same time, Trav, it has the most Catholics. I don't know if that's some coincidence or a correlation. But you guys wanted why? Am I not allowed? To just be baffled by our lack of invitation. The nobles whispered among them some impatient young ones who immediately jumped up to insult you, referring to you as an unwelcome and shameless intruder, even bluntly calling you the Sultan's lackey. You smiled indifferently and then casually sat at the end of the banquet, picked up a ripe fig from a silver plate and ordered the servants to bring a good wine for you. Yes, I am the Sultan's lackey. Now, let's see what you guys are talking about. Go on. The servants looked awkwardly towards Nawful at the head of the table, your political enemy and secret ally, who looked at you with heavy eyes and indifferently allowed them to seat you. What we're discussing isn't anything shameless compared to what you've done, he says mockingly. Event, the Table of the Clear Streams has appeared. I mean, honestly, if we are seen in public, like, arguing with each other, it will cause gossip, but at the same time, it might belie what we're actually up to. I bet the new Pope is conservative. I don't know. I don't know anything about him other than what his name is and where he's from. Bronze extravagance? Well, we could have used you like one turn ago. Surprised I got any extravagance at all. I'm so heavily weighted to carnality, but whatever. Iron Jesus is never with me, let's be honest. We have so much shit going on now. This one doesn't really, like, I don't really know why there's a time limit. It refreshes on the regular, I guess. It's whatever. Can I... Any of those people... Whatever. Okay. You must join this banquet yourself. Here's the host. There are more than 3 checks, so be well prepared. You need physique and wisdom. I've got physique. I've got decent wisdom. I have rocking nothing to support that. I can fix that if I want to. This is combat. This is charisma. This is better charisma. This is physique. I don't have the money. Jeez Louise. We have fratricide to deal with here. We have catching a thief here. This is combat and physique. Aziz, go. Get him. This is bronze or stone, so we could use it on that, but we need money. We have to go to this personally. My wife is upset. This is a problem. Where is... Oh. It's here. Okay. The more wife's resentment you have, the more severe the subsequent events will be. Your wife's resentment will bring negative modifiers to checks, so please be aware. You need charisma, you need sociability. Can sense of happiness help? No. But we have to go in person. Okay. A local official wrote a heartfelt report detailing the ongoing abuse of tax for population system. Districts failing to meet the Sultan's tax quotas were permitted to substitute slaves as payments, leading to the enforced enslavement of civilians and further impoverishing these regions. So we can agree that the noble is right and try to persuade Abdul. We can ignore him and agree with Abdul's approach of slavery being a substitute for taxes. We could kill the vizier. Not a good idea. We don't have the card anyway. Apparently he's critical of homosexual lifestyles and alternative families, so it does sound like it. Yeah. I mean, like, that's never been the position of the Catholic Church before. History says otherwise. This resolves one way or another. I would much prefer to deal with this. If I let this just go out, it's a problem. Actually, I can send anyone for this one. I could send the cat. Oh my god, that's so good. I mean, it's not the best, but it's so good. I could send Zaki with the cat. Slightly better. I would have preferred to be able to send my wife, but I must go appease my wife. Okay. I must go appease my wife. No, I think it's that one. To appease her. I have to. My wife is unhappy. This is terrible. Howsomever. Look, there's always options, Trav, but it's in the hands of the cardinals of the church to figure out who they want as their pope. It's not in the common public opinions to do, and it is social politics at its finest, and it has been doing this for hundreds of years now. So they lean progressive and conservative, and any which way they desire, depending on who's pope at the time. And what was popular in being more progressive as far as the reach of the Catholic Church goes has now leaned in the other direction towards more more conservative options. So here we are. We have an American Pope. Let's hope it doesn't screw up the entirety of the Catholic faith. Out of our hands, though. And I believe the majority of the people that come into my chat are not Catholic, so if you are Catholic, more power to you. Enjoy your faith. I have no problem with you being Catholic. Ever, ever, ever. Like, whatever your religion is, or lack thereof. Perfectly fine by me. As long as you're not preaching. And I'm currently not preaching. Have faith or don't. Just hope for the best. I just figured it was interesting news to say there's a new pope. Okay. Oh, right. This is 3 charisma. Lady is 2 and 2. So actually she is the better charisma option. Or the better option here. Sociability is weighted higher than the charisma, so sociability is kind of the thing. Which means... this is also the accessory. Okay. The attire one is on Inal. So I can do this. And that's as good as I can get. To persuade him. I have to decide. I think sociability is the more important stat here, is the thing. So am I for the official, or am I for Abdul's approach where people can essentially sell themselves into slavery? Not political at all, but related. Tasting History has a truly hilarious episode on YouTube about food served at a papal conclave in the past and stories about how incredibly bad they are at deciding. Love the ones who took 3 years to agree after being fed on bread and water and having the roof removed, exposing them to the weather, and even then they wouldn't agree. Oh yeah. The papal conclave of deciding popes is a wild rabbit hole of history. The further back you go, the crazier it gets. But I would absolutely look up Tasting History's episode. He's an amazing YouTuber. The foods that he talks about and makes are amazing, but the amount of research into history that he brings to his videos is just very captivating. You learn very interesting things about history in a way you would never have expected it. And you get the option to make those dishes yourself so that you can bring history to life, so to speak, right on your tongue. So I think that his content is amazing. Trav is the one who introduced me to Max Miller of Tasting History, and I highly recommend him as well. So, but who do we side with? Do we side with the official who wrote the heartfelt report about the abuse of the tax for population system, or do we convince the vizier to abolish the slavery option? Why is bringing history to life always some cosplaying or cooking and never necromancy? Rukavi, it's because necromancy is fantasy. That's why. He's managed to become, as a side effect, a rather accomplished historian. I actually think that he went to college for a history degree and now he's just found a way to use it. Necromancy was banned, that's why. I mean, the Catholic Church would have banned it anyway. Let's be honest. They don't want past popes coming out of the woodworks. When they're dead, they want them to stay that way. Ay. I still need to figure out what I'm doing with this. Are we for this noble or are we for the vizier? For the noble, for the vizier. That's where we're at right here. Do we want to abolish the ability to sell yourself into slavery to cover your taxes, thus ensuring that the regions that this is happening are impoverished even further? Or do we decide that the vizier's solution to the taxes problem is perfectly reasonable and this noble is just an idiot? You can run the country into the ground, but I don't think you want the outsider of an you want that outside of an infamy run. Abolish the vizier. I mean, if we had a gold tier bloodshed card, we could absolutely abolish the vizier, but we don't have that, so what you want me to do about it, Trav? Exactly. I don't actually want to kill this man. Because currently he is not for or against us. He has found us to be useful. He keeps the Sultan happy. However he must. And we are not in a setting where slavery is a bad thing. We own slaves. 3 of them. We are a slave owner. Why would we want the system that gains people as slaves to be abolished? That is the question. I mean, we own more than just the 3 slaves as followers. In fact, we've summoned another slave from one of our other properties, Habib, to come join us in the city. So, because paying your taxes in workforce is not great in the long term. I mean, true, but mechanically speaking, which is going to be better? This is agreeing with the noble. This is agreeing with the vizier. Help me make this decision. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. Different goals. One is moral. Okay, so do we want to abolish the slavery thing? Is that the good? Is that gonna give us the renown? Is siding with the vizier the infamy? I agree with the noble, but I suspect the vizier won't be happy about it. I mean, he will require persuasion. He has a sociability of 6 and a charisma of 4, so he has a 10. We have a 10. He might not be persuaded. It's really what it's going to come down to. If we agree with him, I don't think we have to do the persuade test. I think it's just this report gets smacked down and buried. You're siding with Nawful anyways. I'd go with abolished forced enslavement. Okay, I don't know if we can actually persuade him. I don't know because we don't have the right people to do it. Poor Zaki is being thrown to the wolves. We're gonna try. We had to do something about that. We have 2 coins to our name and a charisma accessory that we could afford. some people to throw places. An interesting incident. Nabini just wants to talk to somebody. Right. We have not set you to manage the estate, so... But you don't have your sociability. Shoot. And charisma's not gonna help you, so... We need... Inside information, right. We can just inside information you to make sure that we make money. Good. Okay. Let's see here. The bookstore is still Lazig. That's fine. We'll get another book. What book do we want you to read? Dignity is sociability. Okay, okay, okay. I mean, you don't really need sociability. We actually can pull the leather armor off of you if we want to. Because you don't need it anymore. We could give her... Maybe we just don't. I wonder. What does this do? Consolidate 3 marks of piety here. Reaching 3 will upgrade the conviction. You often need introspect, seeking God's voice with a sincere heart. Maybe we will make her pious. But we need ourself for that one. Never mind. She can go to the bathhouse, I guess. That's not dangerous. That'll do. Now all my discords are filling with Catholic stories, so I get to read about the time the body of Christ contained rainbow sprinkles in 1969 and other incidences. Oh yeah, the Catholics get weird, dude. They are a crazy bunch. Okay, well, here we are. Fratricide, we'll have to wait one more day, and we'll probably have to draw a card in the hopes that we can get the bloodshed card, or to escape scrutiny. I mean, we just need to be in too many places at once at this point, but we must sort out our wife. You can feed him his own sleeping draught to escape scrutiny. Ooh, we could do that. But we have to send somebody to do that. We still have a day, so it's fine. Let's end the day. A local official wrote a heartfelt report painstakingly detailing the ongoing abuse of tax for population systems. Districts failing to meet the Sultan's tax quotas were permitted to substitute slaves as payment, leading to the forced enslavement of civilians and further impoverishing these regions. We try to persuade. We needed 3 successes to gain something. Probably more successes are better. We got 6. I think that's good. We doubled our successes. This is a tiring debate. You exhaust all efforts to persuade the vizier. You make many promises, most about deficits. Perhaps you frantically speak about resolving them later, but after all, the faraway poor would no longer be captured as slaves. We get the commoner's approval and also fiscal deficit. Yikes. But we get some renown. The bathhouse. What do we learn in the bathhouse? A bronze something. I'm just gonna go with the bronze mystique. That's perfectly fine. Thank you, Lumera. Catching a thief. As you step into the study, a dark figure scrambles out the window in a panic. Catching a thief. You need at least 3 successes. He had 1 physique, lowering your 21 dice to 20. 3 successes, go. 9 successes, got. You can't run far with shoes like these. When Aziz drags him back, the young pickpocket keeps cursing his shoes. If he had stolen your money sooner and gotten sturdy boots, he never would have been caught. Keep him to break the card? Can we break this stone extravagance card on this kid? I mean, if we let him go, we know that we will get an alternative merchant, essentially. It is a grab bag what you might get out of it, but it is an alternative merchant. But if we keep this kid, can we break this extravagance card on him? Or is it only a bloodshed card or carnality card that would be viable? Because if I can extravagance this kid and then send him back, that could work in my favor too. Slap his wrist and let him go, and it's probably a bloodshed. I could be carnality as well, Trav, which is still gross, but it's a thing. What do we think? I mean, we've let him go before. That's probably the best bet, but I don't know enough about the break the cards section. Rukavi, if you happen to know, or if somebody can look it up. This is our 3rd run. I'm asking for some wiki monkey assistance this time because the option is bloodshed. Okay. We don't want to kill this kid. We do not want to kill this kid. Let him go. You retrieve the money, and as for the pickpocket, you offer a verbal scolding, suggesting he come to the guest house if he's hungry. Others wouldn't be so lenient. The boy leaves defiantly, and you doubt your words reach him. But, well, somebody will owe us. Let's see if we can make the good money today. Please make the good money today. Oh, thank goodness we made the good money today. Excellent. And we made the best of the good money today because of our palatial estate. And something noteworthy happened. Earlier, when you were still prosperous, you lent some money to a friend. Now, in your time of need, he found various excuses to refuse. The newly brought gemstone ring swayed in front of you, particularly annoying. Do we turn away in anger? Just turn our back on him? Do we find a chance to blackjack him in an alley and make him our prisoner? Do we humiliate him at the palace for his greed? Or do we cancel his debt out of the goodness of our heart? Since we won't be getting the money back anyway. We have a lot of bloodshed cards that we could use that are, I think he's a bronze tiered prisoner, so if we blackjack him, at the very least we have somebody to sacrifice who we don't necessarily care about. Oh, he's stone? Either way, we have a sacrifice. Humiliating him at the palace, I think, gets us infamy. Turning away in anger, I don't know. Canceling his debt, I think, gives us renown. Yeah, and we don't want infamy. No, fuck infamy. This is not the infamy run. Maybe someday. Or, you know, you guys could grab the game for yourself and try the infamy run on your own. So it's heavy on the bloodshed and conquest. That's all I'm saying. I think he's the most useful to blackjack him in an alley. Let's make him a sacrifice. Gained the card Betrayed Friend. No matter what excuses he makes, you keep nodding. Your heart has already left and gone to an alley on his way home. You used to walk arm in arm through there often. Tonight, you will collect your debt. One way or another. This is why you don't fuck with people who are in the game. Sultan was not seen, but the pieces of the puzzle are put together. The murmured exchanges among colleagues dissolve into holy silence, and flashes of the future flicker before your eyes. But upon deep thought, they remain a bit of a blur. Omen upgraded. You notice that Maggie no longer waits for you to have breakfast together in the mornings and only responds with cold silence or brief dismissive answers when you speak. Despite living under the same roof, you find that you meet less and less, as if you are no longer companions of fate riding the same camel. She's still as gentle and calm as usual, but you always feel an undercurrent in her deliberate avoidance of your gaze. Could this be an illusion? We need at least one success to sway this. You deliberately wake up early and in the lingering dawn mist stop your wife as she silently prepares to leave. What's been bothering you lately, my love? Maggie looks at you and calmly says, I am not upset. You know she is upset, and it's because of you. You are well aware of what has happened, but now is not the time to discuss it. You tell her a series of jokes, make several funny faces, and make promises. Finally, she can't help but let out a small laugh. The smile is fleeting, and she repeats, all right, I'm not upset. No man would take her words seriously. You know the crisis still exists, and the repulsion still lingers in her deeply disappointed heart, but the axe won't fall on your neck today. To the bookstore, for we must buy many books. And hopefully gain some information. Ooh, information get? Yes, we got the secret. Very good. Whew. Habib hastens to report. As a precaution, you decide to test his cooking skills. He, in good spirits, assures you that not to let Miss Maggie down, and intends to impress all with his signature dishes. Of course, the ingredients are on you. Habib, welcome. It is good to see you, my friend. We've got time for him. And Investment Project 2 has appeared. Mahir is back, as is some other shit. Holy shit. We got dates. We still got... We don't have anything for that. The Hamar brothers are back. Horse betting is back. We can double our money. Oh. Oh. Things are getting crazy. Aziz wants to speak with us. We have this asshole in here. Yeah. I would like... No. No. Currently Lady Becky needs to come out. Alright, so you need to give this back to Inal. So that she has her attire back and her sociability back to make her amazing. You have attire. You have attire. Lumera does not require this attire anymore. Zaki... He could use the attire. We'll give him the leather armor. It won't be bad for him. We are rocking absolutely nothing. The necklace needs to go back to our lovely, wonderful wife. Jasmine, I think, needs to go. Actually, I think I'm gonna do this on Aziz. No more little crocodile being problematic. No more little crocodile in the bathhouse, but we do have 2 pieces of wife's resentment that we have to get rid of. So this still makes him complete badass. But, yes. And then, yeah. That's a little better all around. We got charisma gain and sociability gain. I actually think I might want to put the sociability on Inal and the charisma on Zephyr. So they might be doing books. But I think this is where I do a cheeky save and wait till next time to figure out what I'm doing with all of this. So let's get that cheeky save in. Save the game. Third run. Yes, save. Save it again, just in case. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining me for yet another section of our third run for Sultan's game. I am Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that is not your time zone, if you put on notifications either here or over on Blue Sky, assuming you are following to begin with, you will know when I go live and you'll be able to join me when I start or anytime in the next 3 to 4 hours after that. I also have a YouTube channel, so if you have missed anything or can't show up to my live streams on the reg, YouTube is there for you. Subscribe and ring the bell. You'll know when the VODs go live instead. So any and all of that is there for you to connect with me, to follow along, to catch up, and to poke me on Blue Sky and discuss. If you want to talk about anything that I have talked about today, including the Pope, feel free to @ me on Blue Sky. I would love to spend more time on social media talking to you guys, because that is the place where you can directly interact with me and prompt me to be better at social media, because I'm garbage at it and I need the help. I need the practice. Come join me. I would love to have you. I would love to be more friends with you. Share your interests. Share your ideals. Share your everything. I'm happy to be your friend. In any case, this is the part where we raid, but this is my reminder that we do Palia on Fridays. So if you need to download the game so that you can come play with me in Palia, here is the game. If you need the game that I'm regularly playing 4 days a week, that's this game. But either way, I've got my raid message there for you to copy pasta. It should work for everybody because it's the basic Twitch emotes. If it doesn't, use whatever love heart or raid emojis that you have available to you to support my friend, because we're all in this Twitch community together and I want everybody to feel the love. Everybody. So I've got options. Who do I go see? Oh my goodness. Let's go jump into Psycho Phoenix's chat. She's playing Final Fantasy VI, which is a great game, very nostalgia. You know, I can say nothing but good things about the game itself, but also Psycho Phoenix, aka PP, is a wonderful friend and supporter. She's a sassy British lady, and I cannot tell you how much that she is both the sassiest woman you'll ever meet and the sweetest sweetheart you'll ever know. So definitely go give her all the love from my chat, and I hope I will see you guys tomorrow for our end of the week chill wind down game, Palia, where we just go around, garden, and talk to people and do whatever the shiny goblins in my brain decide that I want to do. And you're welcome to join me and come along too. So until then, you guys, take care. Have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing Thursday, or whatever day you happen to be watching this on YouTube. And I will see you next time at 1 p.m. Eastern US time when I go live, or anytime, day or night, when I am on YouTube. Until then, bye guys, because we raid in 3, 2, 1. Later.